Alright guys, hope you're doing well. So I'm gonna start this video before I start driving just because I gotta show you guys a bunch of stuff. So um probably gonna do a sold on eBay video here in the next day or two because end of the month. So anyway, this is just another VHS tape. Not sure why people are buying those up, but they do. So remember that, nothing crazy expensive. That one was just some Sylvester Stallone movie. This one, reminder to get your padded flat rate boxes.
Real big.
Because, or padded flat rate envelopes, because this item shipped through FedEx Smart Post would have been $12. This is $6.50. So again, these aren't available at the post office. You got to order them. So get them ordered if you haven't. So, my tip for today and the reminder that I was going to talk about is this. I do like buying stuff on Offerup, but a lot of times people say, you know, thrifting and buying things individually, it's hard to scale. Well, one of the ways you can scale is by bundling. You can get those bigger, more items for less money. The other thing that can happen is, so say Offerup, I live in an area, we don't have a ton of traffic compared to a lot of metropolitan areas, but where this stuff I'm going to show you came from, it would have been, it's about 20 miles. It probably would have taken me about 35-40 minutes to get there. And if you see, there was one way that made it not worth it, and then one way that made it worth it. So what caught my eye on Offerup was this pair of women's Doc Marten boots, and oh, looks like I got a pair of socks with them. They're almost like new, and she was asking $40 for them. Now they go for about, on the low end, 40 on eBay. At the high end, they can be up around 80. I think it just depends on size and color, but these, you can tell by the bottoms, I mean, they're like brand new. There's one little mark on them that's leather. I can fix it. So I was interested in these boots, so, but it really wouldn't have been worth my time to drive 20 miles and spend 40 minutes for one pair of boots, especially if I spend 40 and there's a possibility I'm going to make 40. It just doesn't make sense. So the tip is, Offerup has, you click on the person and then you can view all of their items that they have for sale. So view all their items, and I just grab a notepad and start writing a list of pricing and everything that I want. And then I'll go back through and send them a request saying I'm interested in this, 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 and this. So she didn't get back to me. That was late night before last. So it was it wasn't until about 6 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday she messaged me and said, you know, I'll take the price on these, and these. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. But I won't take the price on those Doc Martens or another pair. And I said, well, I'm more looking for a bundle. So then I took each one and wrote down what I was willing to do. So basically she had these. These are Vince women's slip-ons. You can see the tags from TJ Maxx, or not TJ Maxx, Nordstrom Rack. These were originally $225, which is insane. And they've maybe been worn once, if that. Says 84, so maybe she paid 40 for them. I told her I would do $7. So these are $30-40 from what I looked up on eBay. So these were obviously worth it. So that's two pairs. Then there was these Lacoste sport slip-ons, which again, these have the tags with them. They've got some shelf wear that I'll have to clean up on them. But I told her $7 on these two, and these are about $20, $30 on eBay. The ones that she was stuck on, these ones surprised me, because these are kind of some pretty cool women's Nikes. I think they'll sell well. I didn't know the model number on them. And so, but they're women's 7.5s, really good shape, cool colors. $7, figured I couldn't go wrong on a pair of Nikes. So she accepted the price on all of those, as well as I told her she wanted 40 for these. I told her 10. These are men's Timberlands. These are brand new, size 10 wide, real nice boot. So those were 30 or 40 on eBay. And these ones, I couldn't find this specific style of boot. And right now, they're probably not going to do that well because it's summer. Of course, they are kind of a rain boot, so maybe. But these are Sam Edelman's. And there was a bunch of Sam Edelman's that went for a ton of money. These were originally $149. Tagging them is marked down to $42. So they were, pretty pricey boots at the time. And again, I told her I hadn't found any information on these, so I said $7. I don't know why I ended up at 7 on all these, but anyway. Another one that's here. These are just worn a couple times. These are actually, they feel like super high quality. They're a canvas with a leather overlay. The downside of recording on your phone. But these are called PF Flyers, which I found a couple PF Flyer brands on eBay, but finding comps on this particular model, I couldn't find this specific one. And this one has a little more wear than I saw. I'll tell you why here in a minute, but these ones, not bad either. Again, I told her, on these ones I only told her $5. So basically what happened, and then the one everybody talks about, and I laugh, is a pair of Coach high tops, which everybody thinks are gold. These are all over the place for $10 a pair. And she was stuck on $40 on these. So basically I gave her all these prices, and like I said, she was okay with a couple, and then a couple she's like, no way. And the biggest one was, I told her $10 on the Doc Martens, and I told her $5 on the Coaches. And so then when I told her that I was interested in the bundle, not so much each individual item, she kind of changed her mind a little bit. So I totaled up everything that she'd accepted it on, and it was $40. And then I didn't have the Coaches, I didn't have the Doc Martens, which I wanted, and those PF Flyers, which I wasn't too concerned about, but I was I wasn't super concerned about the PF Flyers, but I wanted the whole group. I didn't just want them individuals. So I ended up, I messaged her back and said, hey, you're far enough away that if I'm going to make a trip, I kind of want to get them all. And so her reply back was, well, where are you at? Okay, I can head, I'm going to be up your direction this evening. I can bring them up. So at that point I said, listen, I'll tell you what, if you're bringing them, I'll do 80 for the whole lot. So 7 pairs of shoes for $80. So just over $10 a pair. Which really was only like a $3 bump on the Docs and like a $3 bump on the Coaches. And then the PF Flyers, it really didn't do anything. So at that point, she, putting that bigger number in front of the seller, I can move all this stuff for $80, then Yeah, so she says, yeah, I'll take it. So then she drove to me, which I had an appointment last night, so I wasn't done till after 9 o'clock. She said, no problem. She met me at 9:30 at a gas station down from my house, and I got all the shoes. So it was dark. I didn't see the wear on some of the soles, like I was saying, but I can scrub those off with a magic eraser a little bit. Not a big deal. And they'll be good to go. So if you see an item, on Offerup, like I said, you can click on the person. If there's one item that they have that you want, but it's just not going to be worth the trip, or even if it is, look at what else they have. So this lady, from what it looks like, she likes to buy a lot of clothes at Nordstrom Rack and at Ross, and then she only wears them once or twice, because the ones that have any type of wear, it's very, very minimal. She had a bunch of dresses and women's shorts and stuff like that were worn only once or not worn at all. She had a ton of swimwear that had never been worn. So, if you look at somebody, and you can follow people, actually I need to go back and follow her, so that it notifies you when they sell something new. But that totally wouldn't have been worth trying to meet up for one of those pairs of shoes. But I can make minimum I'll double all my money back, and I didn't have to drive anywhere to get them. Best case, those Docs will sell for 80, or 70. The Nikes, I would hope, will bring about 50. So then I'm, in the green and plus some there. And so after that, everything that sells is profit. So, just try to bundle that stuff. I don't know if I talked about it much, but I did the same thing on a fly rod the other day. The guy had a fly rod for sale on Offerup, looked at his other items, built a bundle of 2 fly rods and a reel for $100. Went and picked them up, and I just sold the reel the other day for 120. So now everything I have is, profit. That one I actually had to drive 15-20 minutes to get to, but for one item it probably wouldn't have been worth it. But since I got 3 out of it, actually it was four. I got 2 rods, 2 reels, for $100. So one rod is kind of just an entry-level, basic, nothing special rod that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to sell on eBay. But if not, I'll just keep it to when I take people fishing with me. So anyway, just, think outside the box. If you've got a couple of those items, remember it's obviously better to get more items at once. And, sometimes, like this deal, if I bundle enough together, I'm spending enough with that person, then they're willing to go ahead and boom, they'll come to me instead of me coming to them. So that obviously makes life much better. So anyway, till next time, keep sourcing, keep listing, and we will talk to y'all soon. Have a great one.